Hey guys, my name is Rich Carlos, and if today is your first time of seeing my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you get notified whenever I make a post. And if you're my returning subscriber, thank you so much, guys. Thank you. I can't thank. So the last time you saw my beautiful face was during my brother's wedding, which I did a vlog for ya. Oh, that was April, and since then I've not been able to put up a content, and it's not as if I'm slacking or I don't want to put up a content, but man, a lot of things, we all know that. I mean, everybody's like going through one or two things at the point. Not that I'm going through something. Yeah, why I wasn't able to put up some content was because basically 5 days after my brother's wedding, my dad passed. And you know what it means, like when you lose a father or when you lose someone you love so much. It was actually practically a trying moment for me and for my family. So basically, that is what brought me to, the caption below about the passing of my dad. If you notice my face, my voice, everything is still very, you know that this girl has been mourning. Like, it's not been that easy, it's not been that rosy. Imagine 5 days after your brother's wedding, your dad passed. So basically, that is what brings me to my caption below. I lost my dad April 15. That was on Good Friday. So the whole thing kind of made me shut down a little bit, shut down my activities, my plans that I had, what I wanted to do in future, and the rest of them. So we kind of moved from a wedding ceremony back to a burial. Yeah, the burial is over. That was why I wanted to take time to do this. I didn't want to, because in between April and June, it's been rough traveling up and down. It wasn't easy. So my dad's passing taught me a lot and a lot of things, and then he also opened my eyes to a lot of things, and that is just what made me to I thought about it. I'm like, okay, instead of me to just come back and start talking, let me just tell you guys why I wasn't there for these past 2 months, and also tell you how to handle grief. Meanwhile, please, I'm not wishing you anything bad. I'm not wishing for your family member or your loved one to die. I don't wish you that, but I just want to be able to tell you guys how I felt all through the whole throughout the whole, from his death to his burial, and even after the burial. And I know one or two persons out there must have lost someone you love, a family member or a close friend or something. I mean, you can also share how you handled yours and how you were able to come out strong. That is just the reason. That's just the only thing I'm here to do. So on the 15th of April, my brother got married on the 10th of April. We got back to Lagos immediately. I think the next day, that was on the 11th, and on the 15th, that was on a Good Friday, I got a call from my mom that my dad just passed. Prior to that, let me just give you guys a brief rundown. My dad has been sick for the past 8 years. I mean, my channel is all about lifestyle and everything, so I got to share with you guys whatever that is happening in my life and whatever that I'm probably going through or whatever that is going on around me. So my dad has been sick for the past 8 years. On December 20th 2014, he had stroke. So we have been managing him since then till his death. So I don't want to really talk about the whole process, the whole sickness thing, how we have been doing it for the past 8 years. But so it's not been easy. When it happened, initially when it happened, I was still at home. That was when I was preparing to go for my youth service. So I literally stayed at home with my dad for close to 6 months before I went for my service. From there, someone else took over. I have 4 brothers. We are 5. From there, someone else took over. Just like that, we've been managing it even until I got married, gave birth. He was still sick. So when we traveled for the wedding, my brother's wedding, he was actually deteriorating. You could literally see that he's passing. But some people might be like, he was sick for a long time, so there was no need for you guys to cry. And yeah, you're right, but you're not right the other way. I mean, the man literally suffered for 8 good years for no reason. You understand? He actually, some people will be like, if he has stroke, it's better the person dies immediately than suffering for a long time, and at the end of the day you still come to die. I don't want to talk about that, because we are not the giver or the taker of life. God is the giver and the taker of life. He knows what he's doing. But the thing is that my dad actually suffered, and that suffering didn't take away the love and the care he showed upon us when he was very, very active. So fast forward to his death. My mom called me that my dad has passed. At that point, I just want to express myself how I felt, like, in the whole thing. At that point, I didn't really feel pained or bad. What I felt was more like a relief on the part that this man has really suffered. He needs to rest. And my mom too has really suffered. She needs to take a break, like she needs to breathe in fresh air. She needs to take care of herself and get herself together. People around him too has suffered. That was my initial thought. Because I'd already killed my emotions when he had the stroke. That was when I like died. I cried my heart out. People that were there, my friends then, my family members that came around, they saw I literally died. Like, I cried my heart out. I prayed and the rest of them for him to be okay. So after some years, it's as if my emotions shut down. Like, I didn't want to process the whole thing again. I didn't want to think about that he's sick. I didn't want to remember the days that we were cool. I didn't want to remember the days that he showered us with love. I didn't want to remember the days he would joke with us, he would make fun, laugh, all those jokes and the rest of them. I didn't want to remember it, because I know if I visit that past, if I remember it, I'll just end up crying. And after crying, I can't help him. I can't do anything. When you're in that situation, in that position, that you really, really want to help, but you can't help. The power is not in your hands. That I felt that was the moment I felt like handicapped. Like, I love this person, I really need him to get better, but I can't do it. I am not a doctor, I am not God. Even doctors try. So let me just say, I am not God. So that was when the whole emotions, that first time when it happened, that was when I really, really felt it. It was like a hit. So after some years, I got past it and I stopped processing about it. I didn't even want people to start asking me, how is your dad? How is he feeling? People that knew that he was sick. I didn't want to talk about it again. I just wanted to just let it be with me. Whenever I want to think about it, I just think about it. Probably shed one or two tears and move on with my life. That was what I wanted to do. So when he now died, I felt that, okay, this is a relief, because he wasn't looking good at all when I saw him when I went for my brother's wedding. He wasn't looking good. So I felt it was a relief for both him and my family. So the burial plans started, the preparation started, everything. It was when they created a group chat for him, when they now wrote his name, Reverend Ude's burial. When I see things relating to that, I try to, I kind of feel it, but I go back, I withdraw. I don't want to go there. I didn't want to go there. So I'm like, okay, he's dead, no problem. You understand? So I couldn't even cry. I couldn't cry. Days after days, I was alone. I couldn't cry. So the preparation was ongoing. So, and when we drove home, because he suffered, because he was sick for a long time, he lost a lot of weight. Like, he lost so much weight, especially between January till death. He lost a lot of weight because he was being fed through the nose. he wasn't responding well again, and it was only pap that he was eating, so he lost a lot of weight. So my mom was like, that much people will not see him, they will not open him for long for people to see. It's just like 5 minutes. So as I brought him home, because we made a t-shirt, I was wearing a t-shirt, so I decided, okay, let me go and change to my burial attire, because we were to wear white. Let me go and change to my burial attire and come out and see him for the last time. At least for me to finish dressing up and come out, I found out that they finished seeing him and they've closed him. He was already in the car. They were already heading to the place where we had this service for him. That was when I lost it. I was crying for 2 things: that I lost this man, all the things that he used to do started playing in my head, all the good times we had started playing in my head, and this 1 minute that I'm supposed to even see him, I wasn't able to see him. And the mistake that I made was that I would have told my elder brother that, okay, I didn't see him, I want to see him. I didn't open up, I just kept it locked in, and I was crying because of it. Because all this while, from the time they told me he was dead, I never cried till that burial time. So, and even in between those periods, before the burial, in between that time, I felt like my dad was angry with me, like he's dead and I'm not even reacting. Is that what he means to me? So, but I couldn't cry. I couldn't just force myself to start crying. So when Anan came out and saw that, okay, they've taken him out, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I cried. 2 of my friends were there, so they held me. I cried so hard, and they now took me down to where we held the service for him. And there they said we were going to read tribute. It's just one person from the children will read tribute. So my brother suggested that I do the reading of the tribute. So when it was time for that tribute, I went, I read my tribute, and I did one song that my dad loves singing when he's preaching. I don't know, you guys, I don't sing anymore, but then this song is a very popular song. This why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadow come? And why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is he. His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eyes is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I did that song, and if everybody felt it, like when I did this song, because that's one of my dad's favorite songs. He loves singing that song while he's preaching, even in the house. He would tell me, Rich, write down this song, the lyrics of these songs for me. I love it. I'll write it for him. He will use it and be singing. So I did the song. As I did that song and left that stage, I felt totally free. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, I felt like my dad said something to me like, thank you, now you have now you've given me that thing that I want. Or I don't know how to say the feeling of, okay, now I know. I don't know, God, how am I supposed to express this? What I felt was what words could not explain. I felt like, okay, he was no longer angry with me, that I've already paid my respects to him. Immediately I did that song and left that stage. Immediately I felt, okay, I've received your respect. with honor. That was what I felt. And that was the best feeling for me. And as I felt that, I didn't cry again. Because all this while I was moving around with the guilt of your dad. Like, I was my dad's favorite person. I was my dad's closest person. I was close to my dad more than my mom was close to him. So I felt that he expected me to like mourn him very well when he was sick, when he was dead, and I didn't show any emotion. So when I read my tribute and I did that song, it felt, now my daughter has honored me. That was what I felt. I'm like, as I felt it, I didn't cry again throughout the burial. So the burial, they now finished. We did preaching and the rest of them. They now told us to go to the graveside, which we did, and we paid our respects. They laid him to rest. As they were laying him to rest, I was still feeling bad and the rest of them, but I know inside of me I felt so free, like, okay, it is done. You understand? Now that I felt that he said, now I can rest. So we the usual way how they do it, you have to like put sand for him at the grave and the rest of them. So it was done, and then it was kind of a hectic, because my in-laws then came around and they saw how much I cried, how bad I felt. So they decided to take me back to my husband's side before we come to Lagos. Let them just like take care of us a little bit. And it was also my son's first time of meeting the paternal parents, the paternal family in general. The other time was my brother's wedding. My son met my own family, you understand. So this time around, you know, okay, let's go to Uyo, that's Akwa Ibom, to go and just cool off. Let them just take care of me 1 or 2 days before we go back to Lagos. So when we were to move on the Sunday as we were leaving my town to Uyo, I bent down again in the car and I started crying. I cried like, I've buried my father, so I'm leaving. I'm not gonna see him again. Like the whole feeling was just another feeling altogether. Like, I think my own cry was post burial or burial post burial. Some people cry before the burial, but my own was like post. So I started crying again in the car for more than 30 minutes. I bent my head and was crying. My husband, I think he noticed it that when so I cried. After I was done, I cleaned my eyes. And we got to Yo, spent I think 2 days. We got there on Sunday. We spent 2 days, Monday and Tuesday, and on Wednesday we headed back to Lagos. So that was it. And even after the burial, I know I don't really feel bad like that again. I remember him once in a while, and when I remember him, it's just like, okay, that is just the way it's going to be for now. You don't have to dwell in it. He's gone. So just move on. So I don't know, I just wanted to tell you guys how I felt all through this period. I don't know, it's been a roller coaster. Like, I don't even know how to feel most time. I don't know whether to be happy or to be sad or to be angry. I don't even know. So I don't know. Please share with me how, if you've lost someone close to you or a loved one, just let me know, how did you manage it. Then another thing I want to say is that prayer really helped. We prayed seriously. We prayed that God should comfort us, especially my mom, because it wasn't easy. God should comfort my mom, comfort the whole family, and that really also helped us. God really helped us so well that my brothers, they even comforted themselves also where they didn't cry. It was just I and my mom. My mom already, because it's not easy losing a husband. It's not easy at a young age. Yeah, she's very young. So I want to know, how did you manage to overcome grief or to deal with grief? How did you do it? Because now I still feel that we are still mourning, but not like the way it was before. You understand? Like we're already healing and coming out of it. So tell me, I want you guys to share with me how you were able to handle grief. When I pray, if you've not lost anybody, I pray you don't lose anybody. You don't lose anybody you will love so much until when they are at old age, because it's not easy. It's not something you wish for your enemy. Losing someone, especially that moment when at the graveside that they are going to drop him down. I felt like this man has a family, and he is now alone in the casket, and they're not going to put him down there and cover him with sand forever, that he will not ever be with his family again. But our consolation is that we Christians, our consolation is that we'll meet at the resurrection morning and probably reunite. But at that point, I feel that this man is so going to be lonely there. But it's only God that understands the mystery of death. Nobody does. So I want you to share with me how you felt, how you were able to overcome grief, and how you dealt with it. I don't know. And if you have not lost any, whether you've lost someone or you've not lost, I pray and I wish that you don't lose someone close to you, someone you love so much. The Bible says that 1,000 will fall at our side and 10,000 at our right hand, but it will not come near us. I pray the arrow of the evil one will not come near your family in Jesus' name. So guys, if you found this content helpful, this is just the episode 1. The episode 2, I think I'll get 1 or 2 persons to also share their experience on how they felt or how they handled the whole situation. If today is your first time of seeing me, please subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell, and for my returning subscribers, you guys are the best. I promise from now on, every week back to back, I'll be giving you great content that you will love, that you will love. Please, we are back. We are fully back. And if there's any topic that you want me to talk about, anything you want me to share, anything that you want us to talk about or to gist about, please open up. Just write it in the suggestion box below, and I would do something. We'll talk about it. So thank you guys for sticking. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in my next post. Thank you. Bye bye.